Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to Exceeding TV. I am Reek and I miss y'all. I miss y'all so much. We're about to hit the 3-month hiatus mark of Exceeding TV, and I finally got the go ahead to go ahead and not even drop an episode, but really just go over the things of season 3. So, of course, if you've been watching for a while, you know how special the 3 is. Me and my sister, who will be back. Y'all don't see her tonight, but she will be back. But that was our thing last year on the 3. Because God do everything on the 3. You know what I'm saying? Jesus wrote on the 3rd day on the 3. You know what I'm saying? He just do everything. Just the 3 is just means so much. So I knew that there was something special with the 3rd season, just because that's just where my brain worked. Like, okay, God, what is it? So when I recorded the last episode, I'm like, God, am I going to be in a studio? Like, what is it that you're going to do on the 3? And I was just oh my goodness. The 3, the 3rd episode, the 3rd season. And he told me I was going to take a little break, which I told you guys, like, okay, it's going to be a little break. And I thought it was going to be like 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, that makes sense. 3 weeks. It wasn't even like on the 3 type thing. Just like I'm going to start in a fresh month. And yeah. Life started lifing. And I feel like there were some things that I needed to process. There were some things that I needed to experience. There was a lot of things that has happened between the last time you've seen me sitting in this seat. There has been so many different there's been so many different things, and I am going to share every part of that process with you guys in one way, shape, or form in this season, because the one thing, when God did release me to go ahead and record this, he said this season is going to be very personal. And I was like, okay. Like, I felt like all the seasons, it's pretty personal and in my business. You know what I'm saying? I thought they were very much in my business. But he was letting me know, because, I mean, there has been a lot of stuff that has happened, y'all, between September 1st and today, December 1st. There's been a lot of stuff that has transpired. A lot of growing, a lot of tears, a lot of processes, a lot of crushing. A lot of stuff has happened in these last 3 months of hiatus. And some would look at it as 2 months, but because for nostalgia, we're going to say it was a 3-month hiatus. Mind your business. So, but yes, like, and I mean, I was trying so hard to record these episodes. I literally recorded. Well, no, me and Christy were headed to her house for her to get dressed and for us to come back here and record the episode. And God was like, you know, I'm going to make you delete it, right? And I was like, because I was going through, okay? Like, not through it. I was going through. All right. So he was like, You know I'm gonna make you delete it. Like, you're not in the space to do this. And I'm like, okay. This was October. This was early October. Like the first week of October. I'm like, okay, let's go ahead and record it. The next week, I'm like, okay, I'm in a better place, God. I'm in a better place. And he's like, no. And then the next week comes and I'm like, okay, God, so how long is this break? Like, I think that this has been long enough. The last episode that I uploaded was September 1st, I think. Like, it was the beginning of September. And he was just like, nothing. He actually didn't say anything. He didn't even say that. He just said nothing at all. So I'm like, oh my goodness. So what am I supposed to do? What exactly is it that you're needing me to do? And he kind of reminded me, he said, I never told you anything. So if you do something, it's going against what I am going to say. I didn't tell you anything. So if you do something, it's going against what I'm going to say. Because I haven't told you anything, but that doesn't mean that I'm never going to tell you anything. But if you get ahead of me telling you something, then it's going to mess up what I have to tell you. So I'm like, okay, all right. That makes sense, right? Go to the land which I will show you. Like, you know, it gave Abraham. It gave Abram. You know what I'm saying? Like, just calm down. And there was a lot going on. There was a lot of... No, there wasn't. There was one particular instruction that God gave me. And that was to clean my space. Clean your house. Like, my house was so chaotic. It was a lot of hidden chaos. It revealed a lot. I learned a lot. I struggled a lot. I cried a lot. I stalled a lot. I procrastinated a lot. But it was something that he had been asking me to do all year. And so really what God was telling me essentially was, I'm giving you time to get it together. I'm giving you time to go through the process. I'm giving you time to go through the process without the pressure of having to live it out loud. Like, it's already out loud enough because I'm going through it. But my obedience to being transparent would have almost stunned me in a way. If I can say that. It would have stunned me in a way because I would have felt an obligation to share what's going on with me because it's the growing out loud. But there's also an obligation to go through the process. Like, the process was very personal. And though I'm going to share it, I'm going to be sharing it from a place of after instead of during. And I know we talk about, and when God was revealing that to me, I'm like, God, we've recorded so many episodes of situations that we were going through currently, like, or situations that as soon as we got up, the next day, something happened that went with that. And he's like, the crushing that you're going through right now is different than what you were going through then. And I was like, it definitely feels different now. It definitely feels different. There's a sense of like a fourth quarter coming to the end of the 3, coming to the end of the year, decision time. What are you gonna do? A lot of games are won in the fourth quarter, but only if they play it smart. So I'm kind of in a, you gonna have to play it smart kind of position right now. And I'm excited. I'm nervous because we're being transparent, but I'm more excited than anything. Man. Since September 1st. So much has happened. I can't wait to see what God would have for me to dig into first. But I do know he said it is going to be personal. So this video is really just to kickstart the last month of this season. because I feel like 2023 in itself was a season. And I feel like it's the fourth quarter going into the grand scheme of fourth quarters with 2024. But I feel like it's going to be personal. It's going to be a lot of things that are being revealed. That God has shown me a lot about myself. He's shown me a lot about my trust when it comes to him, and about my thought process when things come up and when things happen and when things go wrong. And to know me right now and to know me before, not even necessarily before ExceedingTV, to know me before my relationship with God. I've had a couple of conversations with people that have known me when I was rough around the edges. And their witness of who I am now has been such an emotional journey. I've gone through a lot of emotional things. I've gone through a lot of joyful things. I've gone through a lot of painful things. I've gone through a lot of only God can do it things. I've gone through a lot of this is clearly a miracle. Like I've gone through so much within this short period of time. And I think that was very important, but I think that it also didn't have to go that way. I feel like I wasted a lot of time this year. I feel like I wasted a lot of time this year, and I feel like I'm so grateful to God because instead of letting me miss him, because he could do that, I feel like he's giving me an opportunity and he just crushing me extra hard so that I can go on and do the things that me and him talked about. Like, so I'm very excited about this season. I'm very excited to unveil and reveal the things that God has been speaking to me about, the revelations that he's been giving me, and definitely digging into me. Like, just it's me. It's so, y'all, it's been so much that's going on. There's so many things that's going in my head right now. They're just bouncing back and forth. I'm just so excited to reveal what God has been showing me. And my constant prayer that I have been saying is, God, I thank you for the trials. I thank you for the tribulations. I thank you for the progress, and I thank you for the process. So I just thank you for all of it. I think that they all do what they intend to do, and I think that took me a long time to get to that point of knowing that everything is intentional. Everything happens how it's supposed to happen. Everything happens exactly how it's supposed to happen. Even the mess ups, even the slip ups, even those things, that there's still a testament, because God is so good, because he works all things together for our good. There's still a testament of his goodness and his love and his mercy and his grace and just his favor and just everything about him. I'm so grateful for who he is, and I'm so grateful for how he has made himself digestible to me. And I don't mean that he took anything away from himself. I think that he just kind of took his time with showing me each attribute of his character, because that is one of the things that he told me. He said that I'm asking you to trust me, and it's not easy, but it's simple. It's very simple, because God is very simple. It's not easy as one would define easy, but he's very simple. Like it is what it is. What he acts is what he acts, and he gives us the power and the authority to do the things that he acts. So it's quite simple to just fall into that. But there's a sense of flesh that gets into it. And he's like, I'm asking you to trust me, but you don't really understand me. Like, you know a lot about me. You know a lot about me. I've worked on knowing God. I know things about God. But to understand is to actually experience and process. And I don't think that even while I was experiencing the character of God every single day of my life, every day he allows you to open your eyes, you are experiencing the grace and mercy of God. True enough. But there's a sense of that's what he wants. He wants that personal, that personal fellowship, that personal relationship, that personal connection. I didn't understand God. I didn't really understand how I needed the things that I knew about. Like, God is plenteous in mercy, but until you get into a situation where you need some mercy, like, I need some grace, I need some favor, I need the favor of the Lord, like, and it's available to me, and it's a simple formula to activate those things. And I think that God was letting me know, you don't really you don't really understand me. And I mean, that was his exact words to me. Like, I'm asking you to trust me, but you can't, even if you want to. Because I think that was something that I was dealing with as well, because I wanted to genuinely just dive in and truly embrace God for who he was and who I am in him and my portion of being in his likeness. And I wanted to truly just be that. I really did. Like, I really can't even sit here and lie to you. And I think that was where he began to show me different parts of him to understand him, because he's like, I'm asking you to do it, and you feel as if you know how to do it, but you don't understand me. You don't really understand how I work. You don't really understand the process. You don't really understand, what's the word that I'm trying to, you don't understand my character. Simple. I'm not gonna make it too hard. This is not supposed to be a full episode. This is supposed to be just a little, hey y'all, I'm not dead. Because I wrote like, oh yes, because I thought I was good. I thought I was straight. I thought I had gotten it together. And I was like, anybody ready for the season 3, episode 1 this Friday? Exceeding abundantly. Let's get into it. And the Holy Spirit had to tell me, girl, you ain't nowhere near understanding exceeding abundantly. You ain't nowhere near. Delete that. Just delete it. And I deleted it. I did delete it. And I stopped. I genuinely stopped. I'm like, okay, God, when the time is right, you, the Lord, will make it happen. Okay. So that was, the process of God helping me to understand his love, to understand his mercy, to understand his grace, to understand the fruits of his spirit, to understand my role, understand where I fit in, understand when I'm being deceived, like, understand his graciousness, his forgiveness, like, really truly understanding. Knowing and understanding are two different things. Like, knowing is an awareness of something, but wisdom is actually walking in that thing that you are aware of. And God was imparting into me wisdom about the awareness. And it was a beautiful process, and I can't wait to fully share it. I'm not going to share it like it's a big pie. We're going to break it down. Eggs, milk. I'm talking flour. We're going to really, truly break down who God has revealed himself to me to be. Because that's my part, is to grow out loud. So my part is to share and be transparent about my process, and I'm excited. Are you excited? Because I'm excited. I'm so excited. But that's pretty much all I have for you tonight. Really went off on a tangent, but you know how we do. I'm so excited. My plan is for the next episode to come out next Friday. So yeah. Yes. So yes, that's my plan. But one thing that I have learned is that my plans don't really mean that much unless they line up with the will of God. So that is the plan for me to see you next Friday. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. I don't know what God is going to do with this last month of 2023, but I do know it gives the end of the end, right? But not the end of the end, like, you know what I'm saying. But the fourth quarter was October, November, December. That's, if you're in the banking world or just in general, that's the fourth quarter. That's the last 3 months of the year. But something about being allowed to release this on December 1st, which is the last month of the fourth quarter, is so just God to me. It's so God to me. So I'm really excited to what he's going to reveal in this last month. I'm really excited to share what I've learned. I'm really excited to bring my sister back on and just bring this thing to a close. And the one thing that I heard that just stuck with me, I can't remember who said it. I think it was my apostle or my pastor. One of them said it. A lot of games are won in the fourth quarter. And so I'm excited to be a part of the fourth quarter commentary. I'm excited. I have missed all of the fourth quarter. Just so, I'm trying to tell you, it's God. Like, you know what I'm saying? It gives very much. It's just God to me that now is the time for season 3 to start, because I was going to record October 1st and something happened October 29th that started my series of God events. And that was the beginning of the fourth quarter. So it's God. We knew that. We know that. So I'm really excited. I can't wait to really dig into what we got to dig into. I do know if we do record next week, I am going to be telling y'all about something so special that I have been working on that y'all are already aware of. But a vision has come into fruition, and that is something to celebrate. So that will be something that we will celebrate next week, Lord's willing. And that is all that I have for tonight. So good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and good night. Bye.